We have joining us live in the studio a real powerhouse, a dynamic voice that's really shaking up the industry. Of course, we're talking about Naya Akanji.
Ooh.
Hi Naya, how
Hey.
are you?
Welcome to the Cruise Zone. How are you feeling?
I'm good. It's so good to be here. And I have to say again, your studio is very, very pretty.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Yes.
We appreciate it. First of all, I must say I love your hair color. I really wish everybody could see it right now. It's amazing.
It's this pretty shade of blue, in case you can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but yes, it is.
All right, this is the Cruise Zone on Radio 95.3 FM, right? And this is the interview segment. And we have the very soulful Naya Akanji with us. But Naya, first question for me, right?
Okay.
Are you still in school?
Yes, I am.
Oh, really? And how's it been sort of juggling that with music? Because your music is, amazing.
Thank you very much. I'm on the juggling thing. Yeah. I mean, last year it was easier because school wasn't in session, so it was easier. I wasn't going places like having shows as much, but it was easier to be engaged and to try and promote my music online. But this year, school is back on.
Yeah.
I have exams in like 2 weeks and I'm here right now. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but I have to do it.
So what's it like on campus? I'm sure you're like the star girl. How are your classmates treating you? How do they feel?
Maybe like 15 of my classmates know that I exist.
Really? What? Wait, what? I don't understand.
I'm very reserved.
Okay.
Like when people get to know me, then they get familiar with my crazy energy, and then it's fun to them. But it takes a while for me to warm up to people. And when I'm just coming into classes and dashing out and running to the studio or something like that, that's not enough time to get to know people. But I'm ashamed of that, and I'm going to try and rectify it. I do need to know more of them.
If only they knew they had a star sitting amongst them.
Oh.
I'm really curious. So you're talking about dashing back and forth, How do you allocate time between your career, between your schoolwork, and also take time out for yourself?
Okay, first of all, time that I spend on my music is time for myself as far as I'm concerned, because that is what makes me happy. That is how I express myself. When I'm in a bad mood, I record a song. I don't have to put it out, but it's my own personal form of therapy. So time for my music is time for myself. But time for school, I have to force it out. There's not really much of a choice. You have assignments due, you have tests, you have group. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was on a psychiatric posting to Abiyokuta, so you have to make that time out. You just have to juggle it. That's it.
So you're currently studying psychology.
Yes, I am.
Are you passionate about affairs
I love
of
the
mind?
human mind.
Okay.
I really do. People are so different, and it's strange and exciting. I love it, actually.
All right, let's talk about your music. You write your songs yourself?
I do.
Really? And what's your, creative process like?
My creative process. It depends. Sometimes I have a song in mind already, and then I take it to the studio, and then we work on it. That doesn't happen as often. But then most times I go into the studio and I listen to what is available. What beats do you have? What can I relate to? What emotions do I feel when I hear the sound?
Yeah.
And I can write off of that. But my favorite way to work is starting something from scratch. Okay, I sit down with the producer. Let's put our minds together. Let's put our art in it and create something new. So.
Isn't that a bit tedious though?
No, those are the best songs. They're the quickest ones actually for me. Yeah, because when the person is making something like, I don't like that, I like this instead. So you're bouncing ideas back and forth, you're writing, everything just flows. It's beautiful.
I see. So you pride yourself on your songwriting. What do you think makes a good songwriter, and do you think every songwriter can become a superstar?
If every songwriter could become a superstar, every songwriter would already be a superstar. The fact that it has not happened makes it's not possible. But I think for a good song, one, it has to connect to people. And for me personally, what I like to do is have really catchy hooks.
Okay.
So that at least you have something that rings in your head all day. You're singing this and you're singing this. And
well, and I am really interested in this. I'm invested emotionally because this song has done a lot. It has really done a lot for me. So I really want to understand, what was the process behind
this project.
Yeah.
So Lemar and I had been friends for a while. You know, he was practicing his production. I was trying to be a singer. To meet any producer, I was just desperate. It was serious. So a friend of a friend introduced me to him. You know, there's this producer who's on campus and he's really, really good. And we started working together, just playing around with sounds. But we didn't actually make a proper song for like a year or two. And then one day in 2019, I went to his room. He was still in Youth Hostels then, and I was like, guy, we have to put our work together. Why have we been working for this long if we don't have anything? So we started recording. We didn't know if it to be a single, if it to be a project. We didn't know what it to be. Just started recording. We made like 6-7 songs.
Wow.
And then after that, we sat down and we picked the ones we liked best, the ones we thought fit into like they told a story, and then we put all of them together and made the project. So that was it, actually.
It seems you have a kind of fluid personality. You kind of just interact with people and go with their vibes. So what opens you up to people? What do you look for in people to really be like, yeah, that's my guy? Because to lock in with someone to make 6 songs, like there had to be some kind of connection.
Synergy. Yeah.
See, one thing, the first thing, you have to be a weirdo.
Okay.
Yes.
You cannot
she's
be
a weirdo.
you cannot be a conventional thinker and I'll roll with you. I don't mean that in a negative way, or like there's nothing wrong with thinking conventionally. That's how the world works. But you have to be able to think outside the box. I need excitement. I need weird suggestions and stuff like that. Once you're like that and you are a good person, because I also genuinely like good people. Like, don't be mean to others. If you're like that, we're cool. We can ride. We can work. We're good.
So I was reading an interview of yours, and apparently your dad is a big fan of Michael Jackson.
The biggest.
So what was that like? I know when I was growing up, I used to be so scared of Thriller, especially when Michael would turn into the werewolf. I used to be crying. So
that
like
ending scene where he had the yellow eyes,
used
that was
to
actually
freak me
terrifying.
out.
That was terrifying.
So how was it growing up with Michael, and how do you think that has impacted your music? Or even just your life in general? My
dad is a huge fan of the 80s, 70s, 90s sound. Till now, that's all he listens to. He's just listening to repeats of those their old albums. So it was actually really fun, because how I got started, how I developed this passion was he would be playing songs. Let's say he's playing the Michael Jackson songs, and then he's encouraging me sing along, and I was like 4 or 5. I had no idea what they were actually saying, but he would like sing anything, make up your own words, and that was fun for me as a child. So when I saw, you know how children work, when you reward them for doing something, they keep doing it. So it just became fun. So let's just keep doing this, and that's how the whole thing started. Actually, that's how he impacted me. So big ups my dad.
Definitely. Going just leapfrogging back to your music and the project with Lemar. On Vivid Emotions, there's kind of this amorphous sound. It's slightly electro, R&B, Afro. So like you seem to have an eclectic palette. So how do you, I guess, what do you want your identity to be? What is your musical identity?
My musical identity is fluid. That's the word I would use to describe it. It's not one thing. I have a bunch of Afropop songs recorded. I have some R&B. I have some songs I don't even know the genre. I'm not even going to bother to put a genre on them. You get? So if it sounds good, if I feel it in that moment, if it inspires joy in me, then it's a song. It's ready.
So for you, it has to kind of like stir up your emotions.
It has to
be in love with it before you put it out.
If I'm listening to a song and I can't feel anything, why am I so confident that other people will feel something? If I don't feel goosebumps, it's not coming out.
This is the
Ungrateful by Naya Akanji together with Lemar Abdul, and this song is off a new project, or a recent project rather, called Vivid Emotions. So Naya, I told you that you were going to walk us through this song. What happened? Ungrateful. It's a very, very interesting name.
Ungrateful. So, as I told you, working with Lemon on this particular project was more of me listening to beats, and I heard this one, and I became sad. I just became so very sad after hearing it. And then I remember the times that, a particular someone did not appreciate me, and I just decided to turn that into a song. Just, it was like ungrateful, very, very ungrateful. I need love, I do, but I think I'm done with you. I don't need it from you. I'll find love elsewhere. I could do all right. That was how the song came. It's a very emotional song. You can tell that I was feeling those emotions.
Yeah.
At the time I was.
You could really feel the emotion in your voice, and I think it's really fascinating how you have a light voice, but it carries so much weight in terms of the emotion it carries.
That's probably shout out my choir training. That's probably that. That's probably that.
But you used to be part of a choir.
Yeah, I used to.
But you're not a part of it anymore.
No, I'm not.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Still talking about music, right? So, what other Nigerian artists do you listen to?
Wizkid. Please.
So you're a big Wizkid fan.
I'm the hugest, if that is a word, Wizkid fan. Do you get?
Aside Wizkid, who else?
I listen to everyone who makes music. I listen to Rema because his sound is.
But I think I've heard you say you also are a big fan of Santi.
Yes, I am.
So Santi or Wizkid, who would you pick?
Don't do this to me, please. No.
We're putting you on the spot.
No, that's unfair. I think two of them are the artists I listen to the most. If you check my Apple Music, please, I'm not doing no. No, that's very unfair. I love them both equally.
What do you think makes Nigerian music so special? And as an artist, what's the best part about being a Nigerian artist?
I love Nigerian artists because of how it has evolved to where it is right now, and the fact that you can do anything with it. You can get any trap song, and once you slide in some Nigerian lamba, it has become a Nigerian song.
See the way she said it, Nigerian lamba.
It's lamba. That's what it is.
You see what we do with my piano as well.
Do you get? We take everything that is good and we make it ours, and it becomes really nice. See what we did with High Life. High Life belonged to Ghana, and we took it, and now it's like Nigerian music. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
We know how to pick the best of everything and make it even better. So it's amazing.
Even reading your past interviews, you seem to be fascinated by cultures and languages.
Oh, yes.
So what draws you to diversity, and just what sparked that curiosity?
I think growing up, I'm not talking about my family per se, but I noticed that there's this tendency for society to shun you if you don't follow the status quo. If you are doing something different, if you are other, it's like, ew, why are you trying to be different? Why are you weird? They want to like throw you out of the herd.
Yeah.
And that always seemed really messed up to me. Like, why? Difference is beautiful. Like, I want to learn about other languages. I want to know about other cultures. I want to know what makes you tick. What is going on in your mind? Now, I don't have to agree with you, but I want to know. It's important. It's part of life.
Okay. I'm glad you even touched on, society, kind of, pushing against what is different. Of course, we've been celebrating International Women's Day. Of course, it's Women's Day every day. But as a woman in the creative industry, what do you think both men, well, especially men, but men and women can do to make it more conducive and more professional for women?
So it would be nice if first of all, less sexual harassment would be would be wonderful. If you can do it for us, men in the industry out there, we'll be very grateful. But it would be nice if people just allowed people to express. There's this, I think I've said it somewhere else before, but there's this feeling people have when a girl is coming into the studio. You feel she's coming to come and sing R&B for us. She's coming to come on in the studio, and then when you enter, you feel like the vibe is not right until they actually see what you came there to do, and they're like, you're actually good though. Like, give women a chance. Stop trying to box us in. You get? We do a lot of different things and we're good. We're diverse. Don't even give us a chance. We're taking the chance. Don't give us anything. We're taking it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And is there anybody in particular that you look up to, or any woman in particular that you look up to in the music industry or in life generally?
I'm going to say my mom because I know she's listening. I love you, mommy. I look up to you.
Oh,
But in music, generally, there are a lot of strong women who have done like really, really wonderfully well and have inspired. I look up to Rihanna. I like the fact that she did music and she did it wonderfully well. I honestly don't believe she's coming back for another album.
she just took that break.
Do you get? She did it and she did it well, and now she's doing other things and she's excelling. She's an icon, truly. Rihanna is an icon.
As a psychologist to be, you also, I've heard that you play, is it brown noise or white noise to kind of calm yourself down?
Oh yeah, I do that. How do you know that?
So I wanted to ask, how can we make mental health less of a taboo in our society, and what other, self-help techniques do you have for people who might have anxiety, paranoia, things of the
To
sort?
be honest, first question I'm going to ask is, what is brown noise?
Brown noise. White noise. Just that static noise from TV and stuff. White noise is just a different frequency. I don't think it's as high. It's a little lower, so it just sounds lower. Yeah. So I use that to
Learning
relax.
things every day.
Yeah. I have like a 15-second loop or something, and I just put it on repeat, and I use that to sleep. So it helps block out the noise.
Now to the question, how
to make mental health more of a less of a taboo in the society. Now, people have this idea when they hear somebody has a mental health issue or something, they feel it is scary, it is spiritual. You have to understand that your mind is a function of your brain. Or your emotions at that point in time. So if your body can fall sick, you can have malaria, you can have typhoid fever, you can have cancer. Stuff can be wrong with your brain, it can be wrong with your mind too. You need help. If we get past thinking anybody who is displaying mental health issues should be let to work in the market or beaten in church or stuff like that, if we are able to break down those and help people understand that it is just health, nothing more, nothing less, I think that will help stop the whole stereotyping.
Yeah.
that was really, really exciting.
Well put.
Yeah, and Naya, I think we made a promise, right?
Now what?
Right before we came on this show, right?
I'm afraid. I am terrified.
We have another one of your secrets. We've uncovered another secret.
Oh yeah, let me hear.
Okay, so the question I have for you is, what would you and
Ewa Goyin is the nectar of the gods. It is food for no. Do you want to tell me you don't like Ewa Goyin?
I love it.
If you say it,
I
I'll
love
stand
it.
up and go.
I love it.
Do you like Ewa Goyin?
I
Do you like
I
it?
think I do.
You think you do?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
I think it's
I
the
need
plantain,
you.
really.
I don't even need plantain for the Ewa Goyin to be divine. Round fish up momo. That gets the spots, and it needs to be
Okay.
enough oil. No, Ewa Goyin is the truth.
And do you know how to make it yourself?
Nobody does. I've never seen anybody make Ewa Goyin. We all just buy it. Who makes Ewa Goyin?
I thought your passion would have led you to.
No, please. My passion will not make me to do that extra work. I'll just buy it and enjoy myself.
Well, thank you very much for being on Cruise Zone on
Thank you
Radio
for
95.3
having
FM.
me.
It's been amazing having you in the building. Naya Akanji, guys.
That's me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for lighting up the whole studio.
Yay,
It's
with
been
my blue hair.
Yeah.
Well, it's been amazing having you. And this song, your next song, No Words, right? That is the song we'll be playing after this. And I think it's really, really amazing. So I think she needs to be added to the No Bad Song list.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gang,
So thank you again for being on the Cruise Zone with us on Radio 95.3 FM. This is the Cruise Zone, like I said. We'll be right back. This is No Words by Naya Akanji.
Bye bye. My love, and you, my